Tonight on The Roast, Bill Shorten unveils his new front bench and Queensland reveals the possibility of more casinos. But first, Mark Humphries is just a boy standing in front of a camera asking you to love him.
Andrew Twiggy Forrest, the mining billionaire who should have enough money to buy himself a new nickname, has made a $65 million donation to higher education in Western Australia. Mr. Forrest's wealth was valued at $3.66 billion in May, so after this donation, he's going to have to get by on just $3.59 billion. It's the largest known philanthropic donation by an Australian, though not to be outdone, former Prime Minister Julia Gillard is expected to knit something. West Australian Premier Colin Barnett, of course, rejected the federal government's Gonski reform that would have delivered WA extra funding, so students can look forward to watching Colin set fire to Twiggy's giant novelty check. Banksy, the critically acclaimed artist changing the world one stencil at a time, has sold his original artworks for $60 to passers-by in New York Central Park. Many thought they were buying cheap knockoffs, but to be fair, it was hard to identify them as genuine Banksy works because he hadn't vandalised public property. To Thailand now, where a tweet by pop star Rihanna has resulted in the owner of a wildlife-themed sex show being arrested.
Either I was wasted last night or I saw a Thai woman pull a live bird, 2 turtles, razors, shoot darts and ping pong all out of her.
That was either Rihanna's tweet or a description of her next music video. The Mo Ibrahim Prize for Good Governance in Africa has been awarded to no one. Turns out Hakuna Matata means no winners. The award is designed to recognise a democratically elected leader who governed well, raised living standards, and then left office voluntarily. So if Robert Mugabe wants to win, it's quite simple. All he has to do is change everything about himself. The $5.4 million prize is the world's most valuable individual award, though of course it depends what you consider valuable. I mean, can you put a price on my under-8s tennis camp trophy for most improved boy runner-up? Yes, it's currently $15, but you can buy it now for $20. The higher school certificate exams are underway in New South Wales. And just remember, kids, the HSC isn't the be-all and end-all. It just determines whether you can do the course you want at university, which determines what career you can have as an adult, which determines how much money you earn as an adult, which determines whether you can have a family or own a home, which determines whether you die feeling fulfilled. So don't worry, it's not the be-all and end-all. For The Roast, I'm Mark Humphries.
Thanks, Mark. Well, next up tonight, new opposition leader Bill Shorten has unveiled his front bench and called for unity within the Australian Labor Party.
We are seeking to draw a line under the division of the past.
Yeah, you hear that, division? You're done! The Labor Party is not interested in division anymore, so get the hell out of here! Incidentally, how did news of that now united front bench go down?
Former Minister Warren Snowden and Speaker Anna Burke have publicly attacked the way senior positions were awarded.
Hey, division, get the hell back in here! Yes, united in their disunity were Labor MPs Anna Burke and Warren Snowden. And after missing out on the position of Chief Whip, Anna had this to say.
And yes, I'm bitter and twisted at this point in time, I'll be brutally honest.
Awkward. And Anna was then joined by the man who stole an older man's moustache, Warren Snowden, who some argue was dumped from the front bench as punishment for voting the wrong way in the leadership ballot.
I don't feel punished. Do I look punished? How could I possibly be punished?
Well, by being dumped from the front bench, Warren. And while the process of electing a new Labor leader was meant to remove the power of Labor's faceless men, it seems from what Snowden and Burke are saying that those men without faces might just have been on holiday for the last month and are now back with expressionless vengeance.
Feels tasty. We have a new leader. I must return to start sabotaging the party for some reason.
No need, creepy faceless man, because it looks like Burke and Snowden might do it for you, following in the long-held Labor tradition of people feeling bitter and twisted and then sabotaging the party by going straight to the media.
So I didn't make the front bench. And I'd just like to take this opportunity to blame the Labor factions. The constant infighting, the faceless men, and the private deals are what got me in this position. So I'd just like to say, screw you, Labor Party!
And if you're still angry about missing out on a position on the front bench, try to follow the advice of someone who got one.
It's a bit glass half full, glass half empty. I think Anna's very focused on the half empty at the moment.
particularly Anna's speaker chair, which is now fully empty. Anna should really listen to the new deputy leader of the opposition, Tanya Plibersek, and try to change her attitude. I mean, you don't see Tanya or anyone else who got in complaining to the media about the factional system that landed them a nice new job.
So I made the front bench, and I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank the Labor factions. The constant infighting, the faceless men, and the private deals are what got me in this position. So I'd just like to say thank you, Labor Party.
Besides, even if those who missed out had landed a cabinet position, it would have been in opposition, which Mark Latham says feels like dog shit on the boot of democracy. Former leader of the dog shits there describing how painful it is to sit on the flaccid side of Parliament, twiddling your thumbs while the government gets to be productive.
I have space in my schedule between 2:37 and 2:38, and not a minute more. Yes, I respond to the Indonesian president immediately. Tell him we are prepared to go to war. To Jakarta!
I never get emails. Oh wait, there's a junk folder. Oh boy, it's going to take me at least a whole day to go through all of these. Things are really looking up for Shadow Minister Dave.
So the coalition government finally has an opposition, and that opposition will be ready to fight just as soon as they stop fighting amongst themselves. And now turning to a state without much of an opposition at all, Queensland could soon play home to 7 casinos, with the Queensland government prepared to offer up to 3 extra licences to prospective casino owners in the state. It's almost as though they heard someone say Bris Vegas and took it as something to work towards. Now, Premier Campbell Newman explained the decision was made in a bid to boost the tourism industry. And that's a wise move, because with coal seam gas about to destroy the Great Barrier Reef, Queensland will need something else to bring in those tourist dollars. And of course, there are other upsides to creating a casino state. Namely, it will provide multiple new performance venues for Shannon Knoll. But how much demand for gambling is there that you would need 7 casinos in the one state? I mean, how much variation could there be?
Ooh, this Gold Coast casino looks nice. Blackjack, pontoon, a craps table. You know how much I like craps.
Or this one in Cairns, it's got craps and blackjack and pontoon. I could play pontoon while you play craps.
I do like craps, but there's this new one in Brisbane. They've got everything. Blackjack, pontoon.
Do they have craps?
It doesn't say. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, I was wondering, do you have craps?
Yes, we have craps.
He says they have craps.
This one in Townsville has craps.
We all have craps.
I do like craps.
The agony of choice. And there's nowhere better, though, than Queensland to be at the forefront of Australia's new soul-sucking casino infrastructure, because no one does garish theme parks that cost you all your money like the Sunshine State.
And of course, we have over 900 employees, spared no expense.
Wow, that is very impressive. The reason why I chose Queensland's casinos was because it was nearby the Great Barrier Reef. So is there easy transport from here to the beach?
Oh, but why would you need to go there? We have all the natural environments you could possibly want inside Gambling Park. Wow. And to our left, as I was saying, we have the Great Barrier Reef right here in Gambling Park.
Right. Don't people get bored or tired from being indoors all the time?
Oh no, we use hypnotic whale song and a variety of electronic pips and whistles to keep them disoriented. And of course we have our own fake sun, which they believe is real. Really, spared no expense. Ah, just in time to see the loyal customers being fed.
Wow, they seem pretty addicted.
Oh, there are no gambling addicts here. Inside Gambling Park.
I can hear someone crying.
And the grass is real too. Spared no expense.
Oh, real grass.
And here's the exit. I hope you enjoyed the tour.
What's happening there?
Oh, they're just paying the bill for their holiday.
Wait, they're signing over their mortgage.
Well, it was a very expensive holiday. But think, with no house to return to, they can be on holiday forever. Inside Gambling Park.
Oh, God. This place is a trap.
No, wait, we've spared no expense. Not really sure why we end the tour with the bit where we ruin people's lives. Should really go in the middle of the tour. Of Gambling Park.
Still, I guess if you are going to lose your house and probably your family too, where better to lose them than beautiful sunny Queensland. Good night.